Hi, my name is Miranda Stiles and I'm an admission counselor. I'm going to be talking to you today about why you should apply and why you should apply specifically to Southern Oregon University. We're going to be talking about 7 different subjects today. We're going to progress why you should apply to Southern Oregon University, who should apply, so we're looking at demographics. Then we focus specifically on SOU with academics, life on campus, cost and how to pay through that through financial aid, and then specifically about the application steps to apply, and then after you apply to SOU. Southern Oregon University is a smaller public regional university in Southern Oregon. We have about close to 6,000 current students. That's undergraduate and graduate students. We are located about 15 miles away from the California border, so we're actually the southernmost town in Oregon before you get to California. And we have about 25,000 residents in the city of Ashland. That top photo on the left-hand side is a photo of Ashland, Oregon. Really beautiful, especially in the fall time, but throughout the year. We have about 25,000 residents in Ashland. However, we get about 350,000 tourists each year. So it is a tourist destination, a lot of cultural events going on, really just an incredible place to visit if you haven't already. In terms of size, again, we have about 6,000 students on campus. However, it breaks down to about 21 students per class. So it's definitely going to be a smaller atmosphere, sometimes like a high school or even a smaller community college class you'll experience at Southern Oregon University. We have a plethora of activities, including sports, as you see in that bottom photo. We also have a lot of clubs and organizations for students as well. So when you ask who should attend, we're very inclusive. We want students to have the opportunity to have strong connections with their classmates and their professors. We offer SOU as a really accessible choice for students who are looking for higher education. We have a specific level in terms of a GPA that we're looking for. So for a high school student, we're looking for about a 2.5 cumulative unweighted GPA. However, if you are a transfer student, we look for about a 2.25 from about 36 quarter credits or 24 semester units. If you have a full associate's degree, we're going to be looking for a 2.0 GPA. That being said, if you do not meet those qualifying factors, please reach out to us. We are happy to work with students individually if they think that they'd be a good fit for SOU. When I talk a little bit about the application process a little later on, we can talk about ways to strengthen your application and ways for us to get to know you from a holistic perspective. In terms of academics, we have 36 majors and over 100 different academic programs. So that's minors, majors, pre-professional programs, certificates. I'm going to go through a few of them. These are definitely not comprehensive. However, I definitely wanted to highlight a few of our majors right now. So I'll start over in the popular tab. Business, education, and psychology are our most popular majors. That means that we have the most amount of students in those specific disciplines. That doesn't mean popular is going to fit every single student, so definitely look for what your interests are. In business, we have a couple different subsets. We have marketing, management, hospitality, and tourism, and then accountancy. And then the education and psychology departments are actually in one building, which is really nice. So if you want to kind of have a broad swath of classes within those two disciplines, they're actually in the same building, which is really nice. In terms of competitive majors, these are majors that you have to separately apply for, and they are selective. We have theater arts and we have nursing. Within theater arts, our BA or BS program is open to a wide range of students. However, our BFA programs are Bachelors of Fine Arts. They're going to be a little more selective and you do have to apply separately for that. We have lighting, acting, set design, directing, costuming, and dramaturge within our theater arts program. And the nursing program is held within the Oregon Health and Science University, which is on our campus. It's one of their branches is on the Ashland SOU campus. Some of our newest programs we have is gender, sexuality, and women's studies, digital cinema, and healthcare administration. Our digital cinema program is fundamentally a film degree. So if you're interested in film history, filmmaking, directing, anything like that, we definitely encourage you to look at that program. It is equitable, and we are looking for a wide range of students. So it doesn't mean you have to have had a film program at your last school. You don't need a portfolio to apply. If you're interested in film or just digital cinema in general, we encourage you to look into that and hopefully apply for that program. Healthcare administration is if you want to work in healthcare, but you don't necessarily want to be a doctor or a nurse. You want to look more at facilitating and assisting those specific people with administrative duties. And in terms of our niche programs, these are kind of not necessarily specific to us, but they're going to be a little less common, and we have these really strong programs. So one of our programs is Outdoor Adventure Leadership. It's fundamentally a leadership degree, but it's set in the outdoors. So you actually earn 47 different certifications, from whitewater rafting, rock climbing, snowboard skiing, even like deep sea scuba diving. Really crazy, but it's a really great opportunity because Ashland is set in such a biodiverse region, and it's incredible for the outdoors. Kind of leading into that, we have environmental science and policy. That is a really hands-on major. So if you want to work in biology or go into more of the policy side of environmental studies, this is fantastic. You're going to be on field trips each week going into the biodiverse regions in Southern Oregon and kind of beyond that as well. And then we have emerging media and digital arts, which is kind of shorthand. It's called EMDA. So it's for students who wish to go on to graphic design, digital design, anything like that. A lot of computer animation in there as well. In terms of campus life, we have a lot going on. We do not have Greek life on campus. However, we have about 150 different student organizations and clubs, so a lot going on. Our campus is very inclusive, and you can feel free to join pretty much anything that you'd like. In that top left-hand photo is a photo of our farm. We have a 5-acre farm on campus, and if you want to learn how to grow sustainably or just interested in viticulture or beekeeping, we have all that just a little bit down from our football stadium. So it's really great. And if you work there on our Friday farm work days, you actually can leave with a basket of produce. So it's really great to give back to our students. Down below is the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, which is a world-renowned theater, and it's set in Ashland, just 1 mile away from campus. So if you are a student, you get what's called a rush ticket. So instead of paying about $150 to $180, you're paying about $15 to see a world-renowned play, which is fantastic. Right to the right of that photo, we have the outdoor program. Within our student recreation center, we have a 44-foot climbing wall. So if you've never climbed before, you can get instructions and equipment and everything like that. Or if you are really good at that, you can also work to become a belay instructor. On top of the photo of rock climbing, there's a woman and a man working on a computer. There's a lot of access to technology labs on campus. If you don't have a computer or anything, that's okay. We'll give you all the technology you need to be successful at SOU. To the right of that photo, we have the ROTC program, and that works with the National Guard and the Army. So if you are interested in getting school paid for, you can join our ROTC program. They do have PT a couple times a week, and they do go out and have basic training and work sometimes on the weekends once per month. But if you are interested in potentially military service after you leave SOU and getting your school paid for, I would definitely encourage you to look at the ROTC program. And that photo down below is just students working in our Stevenson Union, our student union. We have a couple different residence halls specifically designated for different types of students. So we have a first-year student is going to be in Green Spring, Shasta, or they can't even be in McLaughlin, which are different residence halls on campus. That big photo you see in the middle is a picture of McLaughlin. So it's one of our newer residence halls. Living on campus at SOU, you would be living in the Raider Village. So it's essentially a collection of residence halls really close together. So even if your best friend's living in a different residence hall, it's going to be like a stone's throw away. So it's very close. We have a lot of events going on. Every floor in our residence halls, there are specific RA, which is resident assistant. So it's actually like big brother, big sister of the floor. They put on events for all their residents, usually once a week or on the weekends, and they have like big events at the beginning and end of the school year. So it's a great place to get to know friends, to make friends, and to just engage with other SOU students. The two smaller bubbles are the pictures of the Hawk, which is our main dining facility on campus. So it's a lot of grab-to-go meals, but also made-to-eat stations. So if you like, the dessert station or smoothie, there's also made to order sandwiches, salads, burgers, everything that you like. They also have a dietitian on campus. So if you have any dietary preferences, such as vegan, gluten-free, vegetarian, anything like that, they definitely will honor that and make sure that you're eating what you need to eat. So in terms of cost of attendance, we have kind of three different subsets. We have the out-of-state costs. So if you are living essentially past the Dakotas, or if you're an international student, you have tuition fees, room and board, and that would equate to about $42,000 per year. However, most of our students who come to SOU are going to fall under the Western Undergraduate Exchange Program. WUI, which is kind of the acronym for that, instead of paying $26,000 in tuition, your tuition would lessen to about half that, so about $13,000 a year, and then fees and room and board would stay consistent. The WUI is for anyone who's living in the 14 most western states, so everything like kind of west of the Dakotas, and including America Samoa. These are first year numbers, so if you live on campus, you're required to live, or if you are a first year student, you're required to live on campus, so you'll see that room and board rate. However, if you're a transfer or an upperclassman, you're not required to live on campus, so that can reduce the cost of room and board. However, we do have those residence halls available for students, so you're more than welcome to live on campus for your entire 4 years that you're at a SOU student. Then our last subset is our in-state tuition. So that tuition would be about $8,923 per year. So it's significantly less than the WUI tuition rate, just for our in-state students specifically. So you're looking at the tuition, or the total cost of about $25,000 per year. These are sticker prices, and not every student will pay this. About 60% of our students receive some sort of financial aid. So that is really important for you to fill out the FAFSA. The FAFSA is open on October 1st of each year, and it really just gives us a snapshot of what you and your family or guardians can contribute to your education. So it's really important for you to fill that out, because our financial aid office creates a financial aid award package based on that FAFSA number. So if you don't have a FAFSA number, we can't give you a quite accurate snapshot of what your cost of attendance is. We have merit-based scholarships for our in-state students, as well as our WUI first-year students, and these are based on what you did in your high school to come to SOU. So if you have generally above a 3.0 GPA, you are going to be getting some sort of merit-based scholarship, and those range by your merit-based score, as well as, or merit-based GPA, I should say. And if you receive a merit-based scholarship, you get that every single year while you're an SOU student. We also have what's called the SOSA, the Southern Online Scholarship Application, which has a few hundred different scholarship opportunities that you'd apply for each year. You don't have to apply for all of them, but you can select the ones that you think you'd be the most applicable for. And you can do this every year for the next academic year. In order to apply, first you would submit your online application at apply.sou.edu. The application should really only take about 20 to 30 minutes if you have your information in front of you. Doesn't take too long. We're also not part of the Common Application. We have our own separate application, which you will find on the website. At the end of your application, there is an application fee, which is $60. However, you do have the option to defer, so you just click the defer button. What this does is transfer that $60 application fee to your first billing statement at SOU. So if you end up coming to SOU, you'll pay that $60 fee. However, if you do not come to SOU, you're not liable for paying that. And if you and your family are in a really financial hard spot, we can also waive the $60 or the $60 application fee, but you will need to contact us directly. After you apply online and pay the application fee or defer it, you will request your official transcripts from either your high school or your college, and they'll be sent directly to SOU. You would usually go to your registrar or your high school counselor to get that transcript. We don't need everything up until you graduate. You can send us your transcript whenever you apply to SOU. So generally, if you're a senior in high school, you can submit your application and then send us your transcript right away, and we'll be able to give you an admission decision after that. Another optional things to submit are test scores, resumes, letters of recommendation, and personal statements. We are a test optional institution as of a few months ago, so we do not require your test scores. However, we are not test blind, so we will take them into account if you think that they are going to strengthen your application. After you apply, you will actually hear back from SOU within 2 to 3 weeks with an admission decision, so it's really quick. We do not have early action, but you can apply essentially throughout the entire year as we have rolling admission. If you are a student who is interested in applying during your fall, I would definitely encourage you to do so before like end of January to make sure you are getting the most opportunity for scholarships that there are. However, if things change and you need to apply in May or June, we are still accepting applications, and you will still hear back from us within 2 to 3 weeks for an admission decision. It's really important after you're admitted that you activate your student account and start receiving SOU information such as financial aid, housing, and registration, which will be communicated to you through the university by that specific SOU email, which you will activate on your student account. So again, kind of going back to why you should apply and why you should apply to SOU, there's lots of good reasons. We're a school with a lot of access and a lot of opportunities. If you are looking for a place that your professor will know you on the first or second day of class, that's SOU. If you're looking for a place to really get involved and not have a lot of competition of resources, that's SOU. We have a lot going on, and you might not know it at first glance, but if you have an opportunity to come visit or talk with any professor of your major, talk with a current student, we have a lot of events going on. And I know with COVID times, it's hard to come on campus and do that, but we have a lot of virtual events. So instead of having preview day on campus, we're going to be providing that content to you digitally. So it's a really great time to talk to an admission counselor like myself, get involved, and just kind of research what your specific school is that you're looking for. Look for size, look for resources, look for your major, but kind of look for a place that you want to spend 3 or 4 years at, because that's going to be the place that you thrive and you really are successful at. Just to finalize this, our information is sou.edu. That's our landing page for our entire university. But if you have any specific questions about admissions, you are more than welcome to contact admissions at sou.edu. You can also find opportunities for virtual events and virtual visits on that sou.edu page as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.